Have you ever wondered what kind of weird mushrooms grow on stones, trees, or on the ground? Or are they algae rather than fungi? Or maybe a combination of both? Lichens are formed by a symbiosis of 2 or 3 different organism groups. One is a fungus, the other partner is an algae. A third partner can be a cyanobacterium. The algae is photosynthesizing. The fungus gives the lichens nutrients, protects from UV radiation, and structures its thallus. A thallus is a structure which is not divided in any plant organs. The fungus in lichens consists of hyphae, which enclose the algae cells. Hyphae are fungal cells which are arranged in the shape of a filament. In addition, cyanobacteria can fix nitrogen. Lichens can have leafless branches, flat leaf-like, crust-like, or a powder-like appearance of its thallus. There is a high variety of colors in lichens. They can appear red, orange, brown, or in many other colors. In a symbiosis, like in lichens, every partner profits from each other. Lichens grow on trees, rocks, walls, soil, and in many different habitats in every altitude. They can grow in extreme habitats as in Antarctica, on high mountain summits or in deserts, and can tolerate extreme low temperatures or drought. Some grow very slow and less than a millimeter a year. Therefore, some of them can be used to determine the age of rocks and screes for archaeological, paleontological questions. One of these is the map lichen Rhizocarpon geographicum and can grow older than 8,000 years. Lichens mostly reproduce asexually. Structures for this way of reproduction are soredia, small groups of algae cells surrounded by hyphae, and isidia, little branch-like structures which contain both partners of the symbiosis. Sexual reproduction is found in some fungi and lichens. Today we know more than 20,000 different lichen species. Lichens are identified by its form of growth in a microscope. Some are identified by using color reactions on different chemicals. Lichens are like miniature ecosystems. Some species respond to environmental disturbances. They can be used to assess air pollution or metal contamination. However, some of them can also tolerate high levels of pollution. This type of lichen often grows in urban environments. Their function as bioindicators is therefore of high importance for humans. Some species, as Usnea or Lobaria, have declined in recent decades due to air pollution. Reasons for the sensitivity are, for example, the water supply of the lichens, which is dependent on precipitation. In addition, the absent cuticle, which, in contrast to lichens, protects vascular plants from direct accumulation of substances from the environment. Some fungi cannot exist without symbiosis with algae. Protecting lichens is a very important task to keep ecosystems in balance. However, lichens do not only function as bioindicators, but are also used by humans in other ways. Some lichens have been used as a food component in many cultures, but as in the world of plants, there are also some toxic representatives. The use of lichens is very diverse and includes lichens used for dyeing clothes or as a first pH indicator with the species Rossella tinctoria. In addition, many lichens produce antibiotic metabolic products. In the Amazon region, a lichen of the genus Dictyonema was used by indigenous people because it contains hallucinogenic compounds. It is formed by a basidiomycete and a cyanobacterium. In some towns, bitter substances produced by lichens were used instead of humulus, or also called hops, for producing beer. Letharia vulpina was used in the past to poison wolves and foxes. For many animals, lichens are important as a source of food or as a material for nests. The beard lichen, or Usnea, is a pale grayish-green lichen that grows on bark and branches and is distributed all over the world. Usnea is sensitive to air pollution, mostly to SO2. It has also been used for medical purposes as it produces antibiotic substances and as well for dyeing clothes, as it produces yellow or orange color. Another very common lichen is a tree moss or Pseudovernia furfuracea. It grows on barks of conifers and needs clean air to grow. It has been used to produce perfumes, for embalm mummies, and for medical purposes. Some studies show that it is able to absorb heavy metals from solution. A widespread species that is very tolerant to air pollution, high nitrogen levels, and contamination of heavy metals is a common orange lichen, or Xanthoria parietina. It has an intense orange color and grows on trees, stones, and walls. Cetraria islandica, or Iceland moss, is a lichen used for medical purposes. It prefers to grow in mountainous and northern regions. In earlier times, it was often used to prepare bread, porridge, or soups. Traditionally, it was used to cure coughs and infections of the mucous membranes of the mouth and throat. Even today, you can buy throat lozenges with Iceland moss. Lichens are important organisms. A symbiosis, like lichens, is formed by different organisms, all partners benefiting from the symbiosis. Together, they can survive in extreme environments. Lichens are important bioindicators. Some can be used as food for animals and humans. Others have various useful functions. In future, their protection is important to keep ecosystems in balance. We can explore many useful substances produced by them. Some of them can be useful for medicine. Let's start considering the small participants of the ecosystem as well, and we will certainly not be disappointed.